Thank you for clicking this video. This is Mr. Steve Wrestling, and today I will be doing a prediction video for WWE Survivor Series WarGames 2024 edition. This is the third annual WarGames edition that will be taking place at this year's Survivor Series, and also the third year that Survivor Series isn't featuring a traditional elimination tag team match. We have 5 matches on the card, 3 championship matches, and 2 huge WarGames match. And Cody Rhodes, the undisputed WWE champion, isn't even featured on this premium live event, which is kind of surprising if you ask me, because he was scheduled to wrestle against Kevin Owens at Saturday Night Main Event next month. But anyways, starting off with the women's WarGames match, we have the babyface team of Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, and Bayley, taking on the heel team of Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. The lineup of these female participants seem to be a bit of unusual. It's one thing that all of these women are crossing over back and forth from Raw and SmackDown, and mainly there's a chance that we could be seeing some dissension from one of these two teams. You've got Nia Jax, who's possibly mad about losing to Liv Morgan at Crown Jewel earlier this month, as well as Tiffany Stratton possibly cashing in on one of these two current women's champions. On the other side of the team, we got Jade Cargill, who was set to be part of the WarGames match but was taken out in the parking lot. Either Bayley or Naomi could possibly be the sus from the team. Luckily, Bayley was the replacement for the babyface team, although it's pretty weird to see Bayley and Io Sky on the same side, despite the fact that these two had a rivalry earlier this year until WrestleMania. Then again, they're most likely burying the hatchet as they set their personal issues aside and focus on the huge female WarGames match. Based on how the storytelling goes, I think the team of Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, and Bayley are the clear favorites to win this year's WarGames match, female edition. Next up, we have Bron Breakker, who will set to be defending the Intercontinental Championship against Ludwig Kaiser and Sheamus in a triple threat match. It's honestly great to see the IC title being defended at Survivor Series. The last time the championship was contested was back in SummerSlam in a PLE edition, where Bron Breakker won his very first Intercontinental title from Sami Zayn, and this is his second Intercontinental title reign, which he wanted from main event Jey Uso a while back ago. Bron Breakker is pretty much on a huge role of holding the championship. Meanwhile, you have a personal vendetta between Ludwig Kaiser and Sheamus, as Bron Breakker seems to be on the side of this rivalry. Either way, it's no secret that Bron Breakker isn't going to lose the Intercontinental title to one of these two guys. So therefore, Bron is going to walk out with the Intercontinental Championship. Next up, we have the returning of Shinsuke Nakamura challenging LA Knight for the United States Championship. Considering the fact that LA Knight has been on the roll with the US title, the returning of Shinsuke Nakamura seemed to be a big deal since he hasn't been seen on television since last April, and he was drafted to SmackDown. Shinsuke Nakamura is a former 2-time United States champion, and knowing the fact that Shinsuke could be a slight favorite to win it since he just came back, so it's most likely that time will tell, as we could be seeing the different version of the United States of Nakamura. So therefore, Shinsuke Nakamura is going to win the US title for the third freaking time. Next up, we have the ring general Gunther defending the World Heavyweight Championship against the former World Heavyweight Champion, the Archer of Infamy, Damian Priest. The last time these two fought against each other was back in SummerSlam, when Damian Priest lost the World Heavyweight title against Gunther due to Finn Balor's interference and betrayal. There's a greater chance that a match between Gunther and Damian Priest will most likely repeat itself, as Finn Balor could be interfering and cost Damian the world title match again due to his ongoing jealousy of going after the big gold belt. Then again, it's a bigger odd that Gunther isn't going to lose the World Heavyweight Championship to Damian Priest, as Gunther could be holding the world title until at least next year's WrestleMania. As for Damian Priest, he will most likely have some unfinished business with Finn Balor and the rest of the Judgment Day. And last but not least, we got a main event, the men's WarGames match. The Bloodline 2.0, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu, and honorary Bloodline 2.0 member Big Bronson Reed are going to take on the OG Bloodline, the OTC Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, main event Jey Uso, Yeet, and honorary Us Sami Zayn, and honorary Bloodline member CM Punk. For those who are wondering why CM Punk was the perfect fit for Roman Reigns' Bloodline group, number one, Seth freaking Rollins was slated to join the Bloodline, but he said himself that he wants nothing to do with Roman Reigns. Not even a wannabe Roman Reigns could ever try to convince him to join the Bloodline 2.0. And number two, it makes sense that CM Punk is the fifth member of the OG Bloodline because he's a Paul Heyman guy, and Paul Heyman was the wise man who suggested having CM Punk working with Roman Reigns together and set the personal issues aside and focus on the business perspective. And number three, now that I mentioned Seth Rollins earlier, he's more than likely furious over the fact that, well, CM Punk is helping Roman Reigns, which could furthermore compel the storytelling, as we could be seeing Seth Rollins not happy about CM Punk gaining his trust for Roman Reigns. And plus, Seth Rollins was clearly taken out by Big Bronson Reed and the Bloodline, so it's most likely that he could be interfering this match, or maybe at the end of the match, who knows. As for the rivalry between who's the real tribal chief between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, the Bloodline story is far from over, as these two still have chips on their shoulders. And if you add Seth Rollins' interference into this factor, we could be seeing the Bloodline 2.0 and Big Bronson Reed standing tall in the ring, as this could lead up to an ongoing rivalry between the Bloodline 2.0 and OG Bloodline, while we will most likely going to see a rivalry between CM Punk and Seth freaking Rollins. And as final, my bet is on the Bloodline 2.0 and Big Bronson Reed standing tall at the end of the show. What are your predictions for this year's WWE Survivor Series WarGames PLE show? Leave your thoughts in the comments section. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell icon for more wrestling content like this one. Until then, thanks for watching this prediction video. Hope to see you again in the next one.